Explosions once again shook Ukraine. The night sky lit up with missiles streaking across the horizon, while air raid sirens echoed through major cities. Russia had unleashed another massive strike, targeting weapons factories, ammunition depots, air bases, and even a government building in the heart of Kyiv. The immediate question emerged: how could such a large-scale strike break through Ukraine's air defenses? Defenses often described as some of the most advanced in Eastern Europe. Are these systems truly unable to stop the assault? Or is there a hidden weakness the public rarely hears about? Russian strikes rarely come at random. They follow a layered sequence that, on paper, should be predictable, yet they still manage to get through. The first wave usually begins with dozens of cheap kamikaze drones. They are not designed to cause massive destruction on their own, but they force Ukraine to fire expensive interceptor missiles in response. Then come the cruise missiles, flying low to the ground, skimming past radar coverage, approaching from multiple directions at once. The pressure builds on Ukraine's air defense network, which has to guess where the main strike will land. Finally, when the system is stretched thin, ballistic Iskander missiles and hypersonic Kinzhals are launched. Traveling at speeds from Mach 7 to Mach 10, these weapons are nearly impossible to intercept. Even if detected, the reaction time is too short. The pattern is clear. And yet, despite knowing it, Ukraine still struggles. Why? Are they running out of interceptors? Are the radars overwhelmed? Or is it simply impossible to withstand pressure at this scale night after night? Ukraine does have advanced systems: Patriot, NASAMS, IRIS-T, and SAMP-T. These are highly respected worldwide, but their numbers are limited, and a country the size of Ukraine, over 230,000 square miles, cannot be fully shielded. Priority is always given to Kyiv, Lviv, Dnipro, or Kharkiv. But what about ammunition factories deep in the provinces? What about smaller airfields away from the spotlight? Many of these locations are vulnerable, and Russia knows it. The larger issue is interceptor stockpiles. A single Patriot missile can cost millions of dollars. Meanwhile, Russia can send drones that cost only tens of thousands. Does it make sense to use a golden bullet against a paper kite? If you don't shoot it down, the drone might hit a power station. If you do, you deplete your expensive stockpile. This is the meaning of air defense fatigue. It's not that soldiers aren't ready. It's that the system is forced to operate beyond its natural limits. Each week, another wave. Each night, another swarm. How long before the pressure breaks the system? Will Ukraine's defenses collapse not because of poor technology, but because of sheer exhaustion? Another reality cannot be ignored. Ukraine's survival depends on allies. Almost all interceptors, air defense batteries, and strategic weapons come from NATO and the United States. Without these, Ukraine's skies would be far more exposed. But support has begun to slow. In Washington, political debates grow louder. Some argue billions of dollars are better spent at home. Across Europe, fatigue is spreading. Stockpiles are shrinking, and the economic burden is heavy. What happens if shipments stop? Does Ukraine have a plan to produce its own advanced systems? So far, there is no clear answer. Programs like the Sapsan missile existed on paper, but none reached full production. It raises a troubling thought. Is Ukraine's future really in its own hands, or entirely in the hands of its allies? Meanwhile, Russia continues to fire Iskander-M ballistic missiles with no sign of running out. Their factories are reported to be working around the clock, with production ramped up 2 to 3 times higher since the war began. This is Russia's strategic advantage. They can launch dozens of missiles each month without fear of running dry. And alongside Iskanders, they still maintain stockpiles of Kalibr cruise missiles, Kh-101s, and of course, the hypersonic Kinzhals. Does this not prove Russia is ready for a long war? While Ukraine waits for shipments, Moscow demonstrates the capacity of its own industry. So, the question looms, how long can Ukraine realistically hold out against an opponent with a self-sustaining arsenal? This conflict now looks less like a battle of armies and more like a battle of industries. Russia shows it can maintain pressure indefinitely. Ukraine can resist only as long as its allies keep paying the bill. That is the dilemma. Is continuing the war a brave act of national survival, or is it a form of strategic suicide, a fight that drains resources faster than they can be replaced? There are no easy answers, but with every new Iskander launched, with every drone that slips through the defenses, and with every new request for aid from the West, the question grows louder. Is this truly a heroic defense of sovereignty? Or is it a struggle becoming more desperate with each passing month, with no clear end in sight? This video is created for informational and analytical purposes only. It is based on publicly available reports, military analyses, and open source data. The goal is not to glorify or promote any side in the conflict, but to provide context and understanding for viewers. All visuals are illustrative, and some may be generated for representation. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates on military tech, global conflict, and defense strategies. This is Tapur Update, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp.